So very quickly, of course, Winston Peters, whose clip we played a couple of nights ago, maybe last night, that the whole thing about, men and women and bathrooms and da-da-da-da-da-da. So today he's actually announced a policy. So old Winnie has made it into a policy on Twitter. Policy announcement: no men and women's spaces or sports. If you'd like to read this for yourself, you can go to Winston's page. But I'll just read you a bit of a salient point from the middle. Point 1. This is what he says. And remember, if it's a policy, words are important. Public bathrooms and changing rooms, we will pass legislation to ensure that all new public organisations that provide publicly used facilities, including in areas of sport, education, so that's schools, or commercially, must provide separate, clearly demarcated unisex and single-sex bathrooms. So there's also a cost thing. They're going to have 3 lots of bathrooms now, male, female, and unisex. In addition, all current provisions of publicly used facilities will not allow anyone access to facilities which are designed for the opposite sex use.
Idiot.
So remember, words are important. So the facility will not allow anyone access to facilities which are designed for the opposite sex use. Now, I'm not going to use terminology here to offend anybody, but to kind of speak in the way that his listeners would understand. That means people who were born female now have to use the female's bathroom, right? Because that's what it says. That's the sex. Sex is female. So people who were born female now by law under Winston must use female bathrooms, like these people. So these people now must use female bathrooms.
And this is where I get really wound up. There are trans men that look like me. There you go. And this is
that person there must use female bathroom under his law.
Dude looks more manly than I do. This is the thing. When they talk about enforcing these bathroom rules, I'll tell you where this ends up. It ends up with vicious assaults. It puts people's lives at risk. Like it's already happening in the States. We spoke about someone using the bathroom for their gender at birth, but they don't physically present as that. They walked into the women's bathroom looking like a man. They were hauled out, beaten, and the cops called, and then that person was arrested. That's in America, so any interaction with the police, depending on your melanin levels, could be a death sentence. And it's the same both ways. A female presenting person walking into the men's toilets. What do you think is going to happen?
Do you mean like this? So under Winston's rule, this person here now must use the quote-unquote men's, right? These people, under Winston's law, now have to use the men's bathroom, the male bathroom. Yep. So I think if you say, and I'll actually show you how people's brains explode when you say this, because I did this on Twitter today, and the responses are very, very interesting. To say that this person here, for example, now has to use the women's bathroom, please fucking mainstream media, do your job. Get some photos, put them in front of Winston's face, and you say, so you want this person to now have to use the female bathroom? And he'll go, no, that's a man. That's the point, you dumb fuck.
I love this because these anti-trans people will go, you can always tell. And when that is put to the test, they are always wrong. I remember someone putting up a picture of a young Sigourney Weaver and the person going, well, that's clearly a trans person. It's just, they always wrong. Some people can pass, some people can't.
Check out this.
It doesn't matter. Trans people are already using bathrooms. My workplace has one bathroom. We have men, we have women.
Yeah.
like, do you, I have a I have a non-gender defined bathroom right here, not too far away from me. Literally anyone can use it. It's it's just mental. It's anyone that is giving this time right now as an important election issue should be derided. They should be run out of town on a rail for indulging in this fucking bullshit. There's so
So
much going on in the world right now that is way, way more important. Talk about that.
have a look at this terrifying motherfucker.
Oh, yeah,
Female,
this one's, I don't know who this one is. This is a little problematic if people know
but
who
I'm just saying what he looks
he
like.
is. Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
saying what
exactly.
he looks like. That person has to walk into the female bathroom. Has to. By law under Winston. Has to. Has to. So the reason it's unintelligent, even apart from being transphobic, right? Forget that. It's like, and the thing is, people are worried about penises. I don't want to freak you out too much, but trans men, if they want, can have penises. So that doesn't stop penises from being in female changing rooms, because trans men can have penises should they want to through surgery and stuff. So where are we at now? You've still got penises in women's changing rooms. You've got people who the world over would say are present as men. What have you achieved other than shitting on a minority again and punching down, Chewy?
Yeah. I would have more respect for someone to come in and go, right, there's enough of this stupid bullshit about this argument. Vote me King of New Zealand, whatever. I'm going to solve this issue. I'm going to nationalize all bathrooms. No, all bathrooms have to be cubicles. All of them. No urinals. Just go in a little box, do your business, carry on with your life, leave everyone else the fuck alone. Just a big room with cubicles in.
Speaking of urinals, I think Planet Walk jumped onto my Twitter today and made that point. Are you aware in the women's bathrooms there are no urinals? So where are you seeing this alleged terrifying penis anyway? From a trans woman, they are only stalls at the moment. What's the problem?
As a man, when was the last time you saw a dick that wasn't yours in a bathroom?
Yeah, it's true.
I don't go looking.
So I want to put this up, and again, I guess, what do you say? Trigger warning. There's some, a few rough comments on my Twitter feed today, but I just wanted to show you how they don't get it. They just don't get it.
Not at all.
So I put this up today, just a few images of the humans that would be legally required to use female changing rooms should Winston Peters' new law come in, right? Put those photos up that I just showed. And, just straight up, it's not the women that transition to men that are the problem. No, that's what we're saying. Why isn't it for both parts? Like Winston hasn't come out saying if you were born male and you look like a female, you have to stay in the male bathroom, because that's not what they're trying to do. And so what? Like, they just don't get it. Like,
No,
the whole point is to stop, they think, having big scary men in women's bathrooms. You mean like that? And it goes on and on and on. I get called a groomer. I take that as a badge of honor, actually. That's pretty amazing. And then, people talking about, I haven't actually seen all of these, so more have come in. People think it's not the gotcha that you think it is. I think it is. I think it's exactly the gotcha that I think it is. Sorry, dude.
Do you know why you're getting a lot more now, Pat?
Eh?
Do you know why you're getting a lot more now?
Why?
Different time zone.
What's the and then people coming out at the moment? People are coming out saying they're not strong enough to some offensive words in there. The people just didn't even understand the point. They didn't even get. No. What they thought was that these people shouldn't be in the women's room. It's like, but no, you don't get it. Winston is saying that the people I just showed should be in the female changing room because they were born female at birth.
Yeah, they want to come back. They want to come back to the violent act. The violent act that they think is going to happen. Now, you can go two ways. We're not talking about the violent act. We're talking about how people present and how you would make a judgment. and then you come in and go, well, you know, they're a biological woman, and they'd never be able to overpower a real biological man. I don't know, dude. Some of those photos out there, they look plenty fucking strong.
Well, I
I
mean,
wouldn't
if you
pick
want,
that fight.
if you want to get down to it as well, get down to it. Is they're also full of testosterone. And actually, I know a couple of guys in their 50s who are on T because their testosterone was lower, and their sex drive is through the roof, they keep telling me. So now you've got people who were born female who have massive amounts of testosterone in their system going into women's bathrooms. And you little conservatives are concerned about, you know, about people coming into the bathroom that may do something to the women, quote unquote, women in that bathroom. And you're putting in the bathroom people who are hopped up on testosterone. I'm not saying that trans men would do that, but what I'm saying is there's a logical fallacy to your desire, because if you thought that these people were scary and dangerous, by your definition, you could be putting more scary, more dangerous people in there. They're not scary, they're not dangerous, to make that clear. But you know what I'm saying, Chewy? They might be more ready to go because they're hopped up on testosterone. I'm losing testosterone. These people are getting massive amounts more in their system.
We've seen this argument as well, right? People weren't comfortable with gay people in the bathroom. You know, I've never been assaulted by a gay man in a bathroom. People just want to do number ones and number twos and get the fuck out.
Or number threes.
You know, nobody. Oh, what's a number? I don't want to know what a number three is.
And don't Google it.
No, I'm not going to. It sounds acrobatic.
So anyway, the last thing I want to finish with, and we don't really need to do this because I think it's obvious how ridiculous the conversation is this idea about, you know, how do you actually define the genders? And, you know, the conservatives will constantly talk about what is a woman. There was a beautiful thing that came out. It's been out for quite a long time. It's been out for a few months now, where one of their priests tried to define what a chair was, and he couldn't define what a chair was because he said a chair is a seat built for one person to sit on. Right? That was his definition of a chair. However, as the conservatives always say, well, what does the dictionary say? That's not what the dictionary says a chair is. So you've just proven that words have different meaning for different people. A chair is a piece of furniture for one person to sit on. Chairs have a back and four legs. So the definition he gave wasn't complete. The actual dictionary definition is very different from what was said. He gave a partial definition, not a full definition. And we all know that words are fluid. Like if you say to someone, Chewy, what does base mean? They'll say, you know, it's the bottom of something. It's young people today use base meaning cool, meaning excellent. You know, my generation, what does choice mean? Well, choice means when you're selecting between two or more things. No, choice means good. So we use words differently. Words aren't always used in society as they're reflected in the dictionary. Gender terms at the moment aren't being used in society necessarily how they're reflected in the dictionary. We know that happens. What's the problem? I saw that Anne Hathaway today says she doesn't want to get called Anne anymore. She wants to get called Annie. That's her original name, but she changed it to Anne because of SAG reasons back when she was doing, you know, kid stuff. And she wants to get called Annie. I hope all those conservatives that come out against the trans community and people wanted to change their names are going to now go after Anne Hathaway because she wants to fucking change her name. And she's Anne Hathaway. How dare you change your name to Annie Hathaway? We know you as Anne Hathaway. We're not going to budge on that. Of course they won't, because they're hypocrites and it's not the way they function.
Can any of us really define what an Anne Hathaway is?
My definition is probably Princess Bride. That's not Princess Bride, Princess Diaries. Sorry, that's my definition.